Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much for the invitation, Jerry, for your wonderful work and for all the great work of Save Darfur and all our partners. I'm here today with a measure of pride, a measure of sadness, but also I think a greater measure of hope. Proud because as Armenians, we're giving back in some small way, helping to ensure that the terrible experience that we endure somehow informs the world and somehow alleviates the suffering of others. So that's a debt that the Armenian nation, having endured genocide, I think owes the world, and we feel very serious about that, very proud to meet our obligation in that way. Sad that despite the tremendous and broad-based efforts of Save Darfur and so many other groups, despite the tremendous public awareness, you can walk into any high school in America and the children will know about the genocide in Darfur. Despite all that, we still see the ongoing slaughter in Sudan. And still, more than a century later, without any meaningful, when I say a century later, a pattern of genocide of more than a century in which the U.S. and the international community has essentially raised a moral voice, but never gotten involved, never intervened, and never taken the concrete steps to stop that genocide. This is not something new. Sadly, it is a process that has been going on for more than a century. And we've got to stop that. There's a cycle of genocide, and we need to stop it. We need to stop it in Darfur and make sure it never, ever happens again. A measure of hope, because this campaign is truly at the perfect moment. It's right before the presidential elections, the moment in which, as citizens, we have the greatest leverage over the political process. We have a chance to reshape how America views the question of genocide, to answer the broader question of, are we our brother's keeper? Which is the core question here. Are we our brother's keeper? Hopeful that we can turn and move and shape American policy to reflect our values as a people, so that we don't measure our strength just in bullets or bombs or military bases, but we measure it in terms of lives saved, and suffering alleviated. This is our chance. This is our time. This is the moment that we can make these changes. Because if we bring our policies in line with our principles, we'll move in the right direction. Because an American policy, now, this is very important, an American policy on Darfur that reflects the enduring values of the American people is a U.S. policy that works to protect civilians, that works for a sustainable peace, and that works to bring justice and accountability to this part of the world. That's the kind of policy that the American people deserve. It's the kind of policy that reflects what's in our hearts. But somehow or other, the narrow and short-sighted interests in this town are able to push back and block and turn a genocide issue to a foreign policy issue instead of the moral issue that it should be. And the antidote to that is exactly what Save Darfur is doing, which is moving it beyond the realm of morality, because we have morality on our side. We have the facts on our side, right? We have the foreign policy on our side, but we're going to move it into the electoral realm, right? Where politicians know this is an issue that has a base, it is an issue that has a constituency, it is one that matters to voters, and it's an issue that's going to affect outcomes on November 4th. So congratulations to the wonderful work of Save Darfur, and we're glad to be part of this effort. Thank you very much.